Welcome along to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 4 United States Grand Prix. I am F1 Union in the commentary box today, and joined with me is my co-commentator, NVR Nico. Nick, say hi.
Hello boys and girls. It's been a long time since I've been here, but hopefully Tier 2 will put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, obviously the past couple rounds we've had Chaz F1 with me alongside, but he's now gone down to Tier 2. He's in the Mercedes right at the bottom where me and Nick's names are. So Nick is back in the commentary box, which everyone should be happy by. And we've got 17 drivers at the moment. I think it should have been 18. I think we're just expecting someone a bit late, but 17, still a great number. Turnout to have, and it is now 7 o'clock, so I will put the radio up message in the chat. Race 180 overall at the United States Grand Prix. 4 rounds to go in this very tense and very great looking championship battle. Obviously the championship battle is what we're going to be focusing on mainly for the next 4 rounds, but I think for this round we should also focus on the Constructors' Championship, because it can be won today if both Sasha M206 and X3BDV1 do not outscore Josh and Jim Bob by 3 points today. Sorry, is Jim Bob in? Give me a sec. As we load in now, I don't even think I saw Jim Bob. Did you, Nick?
No, I was trying to look on the streamed.
Well, you can obviously join and pick a car, so that's good.
Just ensure no reserves.
What other updates? Modest Metal has a race ban for today. Shout out to Amwal Matt, who can't race today, unfortunately. He's on a plane, I think, so he misses today. Obviously, 1 season ago, we got his first podium, so that's with the shout out. 2 seasons ago today, championship leader Joshua Hewitt made his debut, got P4 from outside the top 10, starting in qualifying. So obviously, yeah, the Aston Martin of Josh, the Aston Martin of Joe, and the Ferrari of Sasha, I gotta remember that now, are the 3 main contenders. But obviously the championship is the Constructors' Championship is now a big talking point for at least today. But for now, 17 drivers, it is a dry qualifying. 18 minutes ahead of us, and I'm looking through, and yeah, Joe isn't here. Oh boy. I'll message him real quick before any actions begins.
I can see there's already a little bit of action. I think we've got a McLaren down the pit lane. We've also got a Haas and Mercedes all coming out on track. I think that's Williams at the end of the pit lane. So they're coming out very early.
Joe's... Yeah, sorry. It says Joe's stuck on joining session. This is not ideal for second in the championship. 5 points behind his teammate. And I'll try and add him. EXFL Jim Bob.
Maybe it'll be easier for Ferrari to keep the constructors alive.
Inters. So is Chicken Rosie doing the esports tactic? He's gone out on Inters.
You know, just checking everything's working. I've just got a message on screen to say Jimbo has joined, so it might be in the lobby.
Oh, has he? Has he now?
Yeah.
Okay, so he will pick his car. Shouldn't be too much of a disadvantage. He's only missed about 2-3 minutes max. So we have Chaz F1 and Sasha. The more and more we get into this stream, the more I will be more comfortable saying Sasha and not Sasha. Just gotta remember like a sash around your belt or something. Right, so he's on the mediums. We have seen this strat pretty much every race. Well, he'll probably come in. Like, I'm not expecting him to do a lap on those.
Yeah.
Did you see who was out first, Nick? I think it was Watch Client.
It was one. Yeah, it was definitely one of the Hasses. Watch Client's now crossing the line now, so.
Yeah, he's starting this lap. Nick, do you want to take us through this lap?
Yes, I'll change camera settings. So coming into turn 1 now, heavy braking, making sure not to lock up if he doesn't have the ABS on. Bringing it into turn 2, flat out downhill, and then into the S section. Is he going to invalidate? It's very hard not to. He does it perfectly, just nice and easy on the first lap, trying to set a banker. Coming up to the sector split, he's gone past that now. Keeping it on track here on the exit. come down to the back straight past the DRS detection zone. Into the slight hairpin. Getting a little bit of a dodgy exit, but it shouldn't be too much of a time loss. Using the DRS and also the ERS down the straight. Heavy braking zone. Could have cut the corner a little bit there, but shouldn't be much. Good power.
We've also got Lucas in as well. Sorry, I just put in there.
No worries, Jaden. Now he's coming into the long right-hander. He's going to be able to take it flat out. I believe he is. Then coming into the penultimate corner. Got to really throw it in, but keep it on track on the exit. And then into the final corner. Using the inside curve for rotation. That's a good exit across the line. It's a 32.6.
Very lovely said. So it's a solid lap from Watch Klein. And also notice that Lenny is also on the intermediates. We haven't seen this all season.
Warren is just in the wall there. I believe that's towards the sort of stadium section.
Yep. You can see it in the background as Joshua Hewitt's now finishing his flying lap on the softs. He's got a 32.693 to beat. Final two corners, keeping it off the track limits. Sasha goes third with the mediums on the 34, but Josh across the line. Yep, so just about by a couple hundredths. Provisional pole for him. So who's next up on the... Oh, Warren's out. Okay. How's that happened? Riding on board with his teammate.
Oh.
He's done what I think Kvyat did in 2015.
Yep.
Okay, that's oddly bizarre.
But
Chaz now is starting to slap on the mediums.
He's looking at the leaderboard. We've got Sasha here on a 34.1. I'm not sure if he's too pleased with that.
He is on the mediums.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have thought 2 seconds off the pace on the mediums. But maybe that's just, maybe he's not very suited to the mediums. Maybe he's just doing it to save the set of softs and waste the time. But if not, he's going to have to go again, and it might be crucial if he wants to start on the race. Start the race on those tyres. Chaz off the track there in the S section. Don't know if he has no, he's losing an end plate on the front wing. So he's gone off somewhere.
I'm just telling Joe how to... Oh, yep, that's off him. I'm telling Joe how to select his car. I think... Right, yes, thank you. 19 drivers then we will have, so that should be good. Oh, this is going to be quite manic. I think we had 18 in Italy. There we go, 19. EXFL Jim Bob is back. He's lost a third of quali time. Not going to be the greatest start to the weekend for the man who's only 5 points off the championship lead. Out of the 3 drivers competing for this championship, he is the only one of the 3 to not lead the World Championship. But he's close to it at the moment. So yeah, Josh on provisional pole. Who's on a lap now? I see a McLaren coming through the final corner. Ned, on his debut, I think, is going through the straight. Carbro around the final corner now. I think up across the line. It's a 43.9. He'll obviously go again. The Alpha Tauri now of Smithy, P5, 33.9, dipping it just into the 33s. What time do you think pole will be, Nick?
Looking at it at the moment, we might... There might be a small chance of maybe dipping it to the 31s, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with a 32.3, I think. Nice and safe.
Okay. Lenny has set a lap time on the intermediates. It's a 50.0. It's not a bad lap time for the intermediates. But I don't know if someone told him to do that, but it's good fun to watch. Right, Midgeman. He's looked the quickest so far in time trial. So this should be provisional pole if he keeps it clean. Not exactly hitting that apex. He loses the rear. It's not been a clean last 2 corners for him, but he sizes it up for the last one. Goes across the line. And it is provisional pole still. But I'm sure he can find a
32.3. I think I've underestimated these tier 2 drivers in a minute. And especially, we saw a couple of mistakes there in the final sector. If he can clean that up, I think definitely a 0.1 is on the board.
I've just noticed that Josh has gone onto the mediums. Can he improve his time with mediums? Because Sasha, I'm going to take a pause every time I say that, apologies, but Sasha, 2 thousandths ahead of his teammate on those mediums, but he's come out on the softs now. As Carborough's gone P9, I think. Oh, Carborough. So Carborough's gone P9 and spun. So just like we saw Seb in Singapore, when he crossed the line but crashed, Carborough's done a similar thing, but he's still in this, and he's P9. That's quite a funny coincidence. Right, one of the Alfa Romeos, Arsenal. Callum, demoted to reserve, so he's in the Alfa Romeo, not the Williams anymore, but he's on an out lap. Gaming Cat has just started his lap. So coming around the final corner is one of the Hassers. Just notice EG46 Squid making his debut today. Ed, good debut so far. P3 and P4 for the Hass drivers, but he's in the pit lane at the moment. That is a solid lap for him. Watch Client starting his.
I believe Jane might just be having some issues with the mic, so I will take over if I can find our watch Client there. And he has invalidated, unfortunately. He had a purple sector 1, so maybe there's the pace there, but unfortunately you don't get pole with invalidating the lap time. Who's on a lap? Got no, yeah, Sasha, I believe, is on the lap now. Oh, and he's just invalidated there through the S section. Especially, I believe quite a lot of these drivers are on controller, so tyre temps and the S section will be quite difficult. So Sasha will go again. I would have thought. He's definitely got enough time. Chicken Rosary going again, I believe. Into turn 1. Yes, he is. Hard on the brakes. Got a corner cut there. And Jane, are you back there?
I am back. Sorry, my mic is just going all weird. Sorry, we missed that. Right, you were talking about Chicken Rosary, I think, down in P16.
Yeah, he just started his lap.
Ah, okay, right. Just finishing sector 1. 25-1. I think that's exactly what.
Oh, that's a beautiful line through there.
Someone did at the top, so I know it's good. So hard to get that corner right, and he's done that absolutely perfectly. So yeah, heading into the main straight now, the long straight, should I say? He's behind the Ferrari. He might get a bit of slipstream. So far, so good for the lap. It's a very sunny day here for qualifying. What do you predict the weather will be for the race, Nick? Because I haven't been told anything.
If you haven't been told anything, probably dry, but
yeah, if no one's like outraged.
I wish there was a little bit of spice, maybe some intermediates to really get the field shaken up, because you could see drivers from the bottom of the pace chart, should I say, come right up to the top. They might excel in those wet conditions.
Right, Chicken Rosary, round the final few corners. Hasn't set a lap time yet. 32.3 is the time to beat. This is looking good enough to be, I'd say, at least on the second row. But around the final corner, up across the line. 32.6, yeah. P2, just beating the championship leader and watch Client, separated by just under a tenth. We're in the business end of the qualifying now, in the final third of it. 6 minutes 40 to go. I'm just checking if everything's good in the chat. Everything seems well and in order. I've unplugged my headset, so if it starts saying low battery at like lap 6, I'm going to have to plug it in. But for now, we should be fine for at least the next, I don't know, 30 minutes. As Chaz F1 out of nowhere. Now we get focused because, geez, Chaz, in keeping up his record of most Tier 2 races entered, it's his 54th today. As the person in P6, Seb, was literally one behind him. This is his 53rd today. He's keeping that record up. P1, provisional pole at the moment. We're into the final third now, with 6 minutes remaining. As Sasha now goes P3. It is very close. This is
currently.
Yeah, jeez.
I think Chaz, I believe he's on a wheel at the moment.
I think so.
He seems to, his turning inputs, especially for the S's and at the top of turn 1, were beautiful. I think that's really given him an advantage here. And, you know, he looks in the hot seat for pole, and maybe something good will come for the race.
Yeah, I did say this time last week, I'm looking forward to Chaz getting in the mix of the battle as Chicken Rosary goes wide, and that's the lap over for him. I was hoping Chaz could get in the battle, maybe not disrupt it, but more like help it to make it even more interesting, and he's certainly done that. He's going again, I think. I don't know if he he's got enough ERS. So while we were talking, I don't know if he did an out lap. I don't know if he's even fueled for more laps, because if Midgeman's now gone to... What a lap!
What?
Holy...
I'm sorry,
wow.
but I think that's better than some tier 1 drivers. Time trials. What?
Well, Chaz...
8 tenths up on his previous lap.
That, I swear he did a 31.4 as well in time trial, so he's only a tenth off that. That is going to take some kind of lap to beat.
Brilliant.
People were, yep, okay, nice one, Nathan. People were saying Midgeman was their favourite for pole, and they weren't kidding. It only took him a couple of laps to warm up to that. What a lap. We haven't seen that big of a margin since Kean Reynolds back in Hungary when he took pole by nearly a second. There are talks of Nathan being promoted next season, but for now he is going to remain in Tier 2 for the rest of the season. He's got nothing to lose after getting his first win in Italy. I don't think he raced Singapore, so he's come back now. Top driver to beat. Obviously, the ones we need to watch out for. Sasha doing the best he can, P3. Josh, P5. Jim Bob down in P10. Remember, he was struggling at the end of qualifying in Singapore, and he only just made it on his last run to count for an Aston Martin 1-2. Obviously, this might be his last run. We don't know yet, but he's coming up to turn 1 now. Aston Martin, or should I say Ferrari, have to outscore Aston Martin by 3 points if they want to keep in this constructors battle. But Aston Martin doing everything they can at the moment. 1-2 in the championship and first in the standings. Jim Bob heading through the S's now. Looks good so far. Oh, that's an invalidation.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he is going to be gutted if he's not fueled up. That's...
Oh, if he's not fueled up, then he's got to get in the pits now. Because how long do we have?
I think.
I can't see because of the yellow set to 2. 3 minutes 16.
It's 3 minutes.
Nah, I don't think he...
I mean, it takes you, what, just about 30 seconds to get into the garage and then 16 to get out. And then you got to counter in the pit lane speed limit, so... I
mean, you can also cut a lot of corners, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Chicken Rosary P4, Josh P5, Watch Client P6, those guys haven't really budged. From P2 to P8, I would say, it's kind of close, half a second, as we see Ed going off wide there. I think he was just getting out of the way of one of the Ferraris. I think Seb's about to start his final run. Josh is still in the pit lane. He was on the mediums, then the softs. Is Lenny? Yeah, Lenny... no, that's Lumpy Karma coming around the final course. I think he's starting his last lap. Lenny's back on the softs now, on the dry compound. Looks like Ned's joining them. Nathan has still not set a lap yet, neither has Lucas, but he's on one now. Nathan's in the pit still. I don't know if... Nathan's going to have to get out quickly if he wants to get a lap in. As for the other Nathan, he's heading out now. Chaz on an out lap. So is Sasha.
Jim Bob is going for another run.
Jim Bob's going for another run.
Around the final corner now. Yep.
Right.
He might even go quicker than what he could have done, obviously with the lower fuel levels now.
So here we go. Is this Jim Bob's last chance? He stayed out, right? He didn't go into the pits?
No.
Yeah, okay, so wait. Yes, he did stay out, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got to make this count now.
Then, yeah, exactly what you say. He's got to make sure not to turn in like he did last time. 25.1 is what he should be aiming for. 25.0. Solid. 4 tenths up. That would put him still... That would put him P9 at the moment. So a lot of time to find for the runner-up in the championship at the moment. Final runs now for the top guys. Jingro's just started his, but no, he's not. He's invalidated by turn 1. We'll stay on board with Jim Bob. He's heading through the straight. Can't do much wrong here. For now, right. Nathan is on an out lap, like I was saying. Is he going to make it to the end? How long we got left in the session? I can't see because of the yellow flags. We'll look back to Jim Bob. Purple set to 2. Don't know if we can trust that much, but it is Jim Bob, so we never know. He's had a few pole positions this season. He is on great form, even when the strikes get low, like at Singapore last at lap 1. That amazing comeback he did to win the race. This time 7 days ago. He's coming around the final corner. He loses the rear, but this is it. It looks good so far. Coming across the line. It's P3. 17 thousandths off Chaz, and I don't think he'll be able to go again because he's down to 43%. But now, final laps are occurring. Smithy, I think, has just crossed the line. He's improved to, I think he's improved by 0.6 to P11, but he's going again. Carbro P12 as he crosses the line. Who's next? One of the Alpines. It's Lenny. So, not a bad lap for Lenny, coming across the line. Oh, okay, that was close to the invalid. It's P14 for him. What about, is this Chaz? It is Chaz, coming across the line. It's a 31.9, it's a good effort, it's a very good effort from Chaz. It's P2. What about Sasha? He's up. Can it be P3? It is P3, second row of the grid. He beats Jim Bob, crucially.
I think
is going
Jim Bob's
again. Yeah, he's improved by half a second.
But
what about
he's very
Josh?
low on ERS.
Yeah.
He'll start to see that delta drop down.
Especially in the straight he's just passed. Josh, final 2 corners, the championship leader.
Up.
He is indeed. I don't think it can get him P5. Can he beat his teammate across the line, the championship leader? It's P6. It's P5. I said P6 there. P5. 4M. So P3, P4, P5. Exactly in the opposite order for the championship. What about Jim Bob?
I think he'll be
he's down.
quite gutted with that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else can really throw any surprises. But we'll watch Jim Bob. Final 2 corners.
I think he's got a little bit of time here. It's just the ERS.
Oh yeah, he did lose the rear last time, so he's really close to
Sasha.
Nah.
Oh, and he's invalidated.
Nah, it would have been close, but Sasha is P3. He needs to win today if he wants to salvage his championship. Looks like that's it. Smithy across the line. P11. Carbro. He's Nathan. What about Nathan? Nah. So it'll be P19 for Nathan without a lap. P18 for Nathan. Lucas. Sorry, hang on. I'll go through the orders. Squid gets a penalty for illegal blocking.
I wonder if that's just his AI against.
I swear Squid was P8 as well. That's really disappointing.
Another player.
Right, we'll go through the order now. Right, Midgeman is on pole position. Squid will be P15 for... I'll look at the race director real quick. Incidents.
I wonder how... I think it might be AI, but nobody else was out on track when...
Anyway, Midgeman, what a lap time from him to get his second pole position, I think. P1 for him. Chaz alongside him on the front row. Brilliant effort from him. Sasha, P3. Jim Bob, P4. Josh, P5. The championship leaders all in it there. For the first time in a while, I think they're all in a row. Chicken Rosary, P6 right behind on the third row with Josh. Watch Client and James on the fourth. Seb on the fifth row with Squid, but it won't be P10 for him. It'll be P10 for Smithy. So I think Smithy can be P10 and on new tyres if he wishes. So that's good for the Alpha Tauri and the rest. There were 3 drivers who didn't set a lap. Warren, who crashed. Lucas, who I don't even think left the pit lane at any point. Or he was on a lap, but he must have invalidated. It is dry. And of course Nathan, who invalidated too. It is dry for the United States Grand Prix. We have, I think, 27 laps. Do you know, Nick, how many laps?
28?
28? 7? One of them. We'll know in half a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I saw 28 in the lobby.
So we know at least the top...
It might be 27.
The top 9 should be on softs. So that's nearly half the grid. So what about the rest? It is going to be interesting. Do you know much about strategy around this track, Nick? Is the undercut
soft
powerful?
Medium?
Soft medium. Is medium soft any good?
Yes. I believe so.
Okay, but obviously early safety cars on for tier 2 are expected.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You've always got to factor that in.
Right. Let's have a look.
28 laps.
Right, everyone's on the softs apart from Arsenal in P12. Good qualifying from him, and Nathan in P18. So. Not much of a variety, but they are away. No one's stalled. Let's just hope they can all keep it clean.
Hopefully. Midgeman controlling the pace out at front. He wants to make sure that Chaz and everyone behind him is as close to him as possible because he doesn't want to be sitting on the grid and let the tyre temperatures drop.
We should hopefully
He also doesn't want to wear them too much either.
Exactly, we should be hopefully be seeing... There we go, a predicted pit stop strategy. It says 2 stop, I don't really believe that, but you never know if the tyres really degrade that much. It's good info for the Tier 1 race tomorrow, if it's dry as well. A 2 stop, is it really? Well, I mean, we'll see.
I don't think so, I'm pretty sure I've done races.
If they start pitting lap 6, then you never know, but I'm looking forward to this. A Red Bull on pole and a Mercedes in P2. Where have we seen that before? Especially on the F1 2021 game. And a Ferrari P3. This is looking a bit all too familiar. It's going to be very interesting down into turn 1 because in real life, the Mercedes got the Red Bull into turn 1. I'm very much looking forward to the first lap here. It's going to be chaotic. And everyone should be keeping an eye on P3, 4 and 5th for the championship. There's an image. I wonder what will be going through Joshua Hewitt's mind, or Jim Bob's, or mainly, I think out of the three of them, the most pressure goes to Sasha. 31 points behind. He's got to win today if he wants to make any hope of his championship, as there's the predicted pit stop strategy again. Lap 8. So if they pit lap 8, then we might see some changes, as Chaz really close to the front winger Sasha there, right. 28 laps, like you said, Nick. I was 1 lap off. Right.
I was just going to say about Sasha,
Yep.
I think with the championship, with that deficit that he's put in hands, but really get good results so they can outscore Aston Martin by 3 points to keep the constructors alive. But I think we all know that to all these drivers, it's the drivers.
Obviously. But the constructors is still there. Ferrari P3 and P9, Aston Martin P4, P5. 28 as Midge is the first to line up on the grid. As they're all taking control of the AI. Everyone managed to keep their car on the formation lap. No one disqualified, which is great to see. We all obviously got to appreciate that. It's the gaming cap really quite a bit far behind. He's getting his temperatures as he's got a balaclava on. No helmet for him once again. I think that's because he joined during qualifying. But we'll wait for him.
Going rogue.
Yeah, quite a bit of behind. But here we go. 28 laps ahead of us. We'll look forward to the front winger Midgeman. And now we're going to wait for the lights. As here we go. Gaming Cat NL slots into his grid position. And here come the lights. 3, 4, 5. It's the United States Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Midgeman does get away well ahead of Josh. It looks like Sasha's already got a brilliant start. He's up to P2, but Chaz is going to outbreak him. Round the outside goes Sasha. The two Aston Martins wheel to wheel. Seems like some people are going off. There's a spinner at the back, but Sasha's still wheel to wheel with Chaz, but it looks like Chaz will have the inside line. The two Aston Martins wheel to wheel. They're not giving up. They're still wheel to wheel. Jim Bob gets ahead of Josh, but Josh is sticking it in. And he's watched Klein's P6. We've got a yellow in the background. Nathan's down to last. Squid's lost out as well, but looking further front, Midgeman stays ahead of Chaz, who loses the rear. Sasha's now coming back at him. The two Aston Martins still there. Sasha, he's got to take the opportunities when they come. Down the inside goes the Ferrari. He's up in a P2, but is it too late for him? Oh, we got a spinner. It's Josh. It's crucial for the championship. Ned spins as well. Josh, it's the worst possible scenario. It's P14 now for the championship leader, P13. So it's a comeback drive for him as Chaz looking for the front. Chaz gets his elbows out.
2.5 seconds to the lead from Chaz. Up to P1.
What a chaotic lap 1. Sasha's still not giving this up without a fight. Jim Bob was very close to the rear. P4 and P3, the top 4 have stayed how they are, but Joshua Hewitt, P13, this is not the sort of start the championship leader was hoping for. And now with an amazing 2.7 lead, as that's wide for Chaz. Yep. Midgeman controls the pace, controls the race, and he's got a 2.7 lead. Wow, Lumpy Karma off, as is Ed. Ned also spun there at the back. Nathan, what a train of cars. Riding on board with BCFC Josh. He's got Seb behind him. So Seb didn't get the greatest start from P9, but he's got one of his championship rivals' teammates to overtake now.
Seb's also got a penalty.
Has he?
Straight away off the bat. That is unfortunate.
And so has Watch Client.
Watch Client also. The penalties are... Oh! And Carbo, the penalties are coming in very quickly. And they're gonna have to look out for these if they want any chance of even a top 10, let alone anywhere higher.
Penalties decide a lot in this tier, especially when we have end of race safety cars. We've got a yellow, I think that's Gaming Cat. Gone round. Yep, gone round. Indeed.
He's also underfueled as well, Gaming Cat.
because you can see the yellow icon unlike everyone else. So that's pretty interesting. Chicken Rosary down in P14 now. Has he just... That's gifted BCFC Josh another position. P12 now for the Aston Martin. It's going to be a comeback drive for him. Obviously, his teammate this time last week was down in P14 at the end of lap 1. And so was Josh at the end of lap 1.
I don't know if this is a glitch, but if you go on board with Nathan in P15, it says he's out of deploy, and
oh my god, he's already down to 90. I don't know if he's kept his ERS on, but well.
But how do you use it? He was on the main, or he was on the back straight, and he just didn't have anything left to use. I'm not sure.
Lumpy Karma put the hards on, so he's going to try and go to the MBCFC. Josh has made his way back. No, he's not. Oh no, Seb has tagged Josh. Warren's also in the wall. We thought we might see this coming. Seb has tagged Josh, and that's put him even further behind now. I don't think he has damage, but Josh will be having some words about that. He's going to be super annoyed, but he's got to keep his head down. He's got to focus on the bigger picture, and Seb remains ahead of him. Tensions rise in the championship. Ferrari and Aston Martin come to blows. We got a Ferrari and Aston Martin in P3 and P4. Still 2.7, so Nathan isn't exactly pulling away, but he is quicker at the moment than Chaz, because as it ranges to nearly 3 seconds. So obviously we might have a safety car at the end, so penalties will matter, and this should hopefully bring Lumpy Karma back into play. Warren spun into the, he crashed in on the pit lane entry straight.
Sasha going for a move on Chaz.
Yep. Thank you,
DRS. He's used a little bit of VRS. But he's made the move before the brakes. Oh, Chaz goes into the back of him.
Yep, just about.
Slight tap.
Looking further back, Carbro in P7. Getting ahead of James. Chicken Rosary overtakes Lenny, puts him out of the points, but that is a good move for Sasha. P2, while the championship leader's down in P14. He must have the biggest smile of the lot. If it's not him, then it's Midgeman. 3 seconds down in front. But Sasha needs the win today. P2 is good, considering Josh is down in P14, but he needs the win. And Jim Bob's going to need to get a move on too, as that's definitely a penalty. We caught that. Yep. Jazz is pushing. James now is pushing. They're all getting penalties. Let's just change it to penalties, because we know everyone's pretty much on the softs.
We've got the penalties are also a factor, but I guess the thing on their side, I believe the tyre temperatures are on surface only, so these drivers can push as much as they want. The only thing limiting them there is obviously the tyre wear, if they want to stretch it as far as possible onto the medium tyres.
They can indeed. Right, Sasha was 3.1 behind. He's now around 2.9 to 3. Riding on board with Joshua Hewitt. He's caught up to the back of Seb once again. In P14, no penalties at the moment, as literally everyone around him has got one. As that's a warning for him, as he's caught Seb napping. And that is the position. Seb is really struggling here. I don't know if he has damage, but Seb is really getting caught out. We got a yellow. I think that's one of the McLarens. I think that's Ned. But Josh has dispatched as Nathan spun now on 6%. He's keeping his ERS on while he's spun. I really don't know if he's got an issue, if he's just not realised.
Yeah, there is the glitch in the game where ERS
maybe he has that glitch, and if so, I feel sorry for him. But James has got back ahead of Carbro. Great scrap between them two. Josh has cleared Seb, as Seb's trying to get back at Gaming Cat. Gaming Cat already under 10%, as Seb's going to have to stay behind for now. Josh will be happy that he's back up in a P12. No penalties, but I'm sure that was a warning when he overtook Seb. Can you just check for us, Nick?
Yeah, it's got 2 warnings.
Two warnings.
That first warning.
Chaz has surely got another warning, because he's right behind. We've got a yellow somewhere. I think that's the Haas of Squid. It is indeed.
BCFC right, Josh. Oh no! Collision on the first one, so he's only got one
warning. Right.
Limits warning.
That's when he got spun.
Yeah.
We'll look further back at that after the race. If Josh somehow does get on the podium,
and Josh has
lost a position to
Josh,
Gaming Cat.
I just caught that coming out of the pause menu. Josh was off the track. Gaming Cat has got back past using the DRS.
Yeah, and now he's got to clear Gaming Cat and Lenny. Looking further at the front, Chaz is still pushing. Warren, another penalty. Got to go hammer penalty. Chaz could be getting Sasha. We got a yellow. I think that's Ned. But
yep.
USA does prove a very critical race in the World Championship, obviously back in Tier 2 Season 2, where Will had a very bad race, but still managed to claw back from it. So we hope the same for Josh if the championship's to be this close. But Sasha keeping it at 3 seconds. What about Jim Bob?
He was just trying to go around it outside the Chaz.
And for, I think, the 4th lap in a row, maybe 3rd, we're seeing James versus Carbro. This is a brilliant scrap. James gets back ahead, really getting his elbows out as Josh has got Lenny.
Chaz
Just
and
about.
Sasha
Yeah.
very low on the ERS. They were below 10% on the back straight. And Midgeman, he's on 41%, but if I was him, I would not be using. I would be saving up.
It's a very big range. I'm looking through everyone's ERS, and it is huge. Like, some people could be on 80, I think. Who was on 80?
I believe Ned
Arsenal.
was
And
pretty
everyone,
high.
and you have some people on like 10. Anyway, Arsenal's in AI for some reason, as Chicken Rosary's having to stay behind him. I'm just going to stay on board with this for a sec, see what's happening here. Surely Chicken Rosary should get past him now. Heading along the straight, DRS deployed, using a bit of his ERS. He should pull to the inside. His AI is actually going a bit defensive. So he should brake later and... Oh, we're going to look further forward because Chaz versus Jim Bob is happening. Jim Bob tries the outside. He's going to keep his nose in there, and that's not happened because
Chaz
the second Aston Martin. Yep, Chaz now gets 3 seconds. Jim Bob, the second Aston Martin. So
I was
that's...
just going to say,
The smile gets
Aston
bigger.
has not got past.
Yep, sorry.
The other Aston Martin has not got past Game and Cat, so maybe there's something wrong for Josh. Maybe when he went off, he picked up a little bit of damage on the front wing.
Yeah, but I don't understand why Callum is in AI. That's surely going to be dangerous and maybe giving a penalty. But Josh has got to clear the 2 Alfa Romeos. The second Aston Martin has been spun.
Squid is out.
Squid is out. Maybe he's crashed on track. It is a safety car.
Yes, safety car.
So does this help
Game and
Josh?
Cat got that position done.
Right, so
Very
Chad,
well.
Joe obviously stuck his nose in a corner that was just never going to work. Chaz was there, he gave him the space, and I think it was Joe's wrong own doing. But that has cost him about 4 positions. Sasha is going to be smiling from ear to ear at the moment, but it's only the early stages as Nathan comes into the pits, and I'm expecting everyone else should too. But Josh has overtaken Arsenal. I do not know why he's still in AI, Callum, but if Josh can get away with that, I think that's fine because Callum shouldn't be in AI, but everyone's in the pits, no one's staying out, which is what we expected, to be honest. Right, Sasha getting held up. Nope, he's all out and clear. Everyone's coming in. Like, everyone. Apart from Arsenal's AI. Here we go. Right, so who gets out ahead of him? Nathan stays in the lead, Sasha second, Chaz third, Watch Client P4, Arsenal will be P5. Yeah, there he is. Right. So who does this help? This helps Seb, this helps Warren, Ned, Nathan, and Lumpy Karma.
Help Josh as well, I think, just to bring him back to the rest of the pack because he'll need
But
the time.
I'm guessing there's going to
to
be some
get
words
back
in the chat now, considering the race has calmed down a bit. James gets a penalty under safety car. So Carbro 9, James 6. That was a quick little battle. It was actually a good battle, in and out for quite a few laps. It was good. This has not helped Midgeman though in the slightest. 3-second lead. That's all gone. Just going to look at the chat now. As Ned's got a drive through. Right. Let's look at the chat. Ed's annoyed because he crashed. So that's his debut done. Hopefully he'll come back next race in Abu Dhabi and finish. Right, lap 7, first safety car, like we predicted. I can change it from... Actually, we'll have a quick look at penalties. The only people to not have a penalty are Midgeman, Sasha, Jim Bob, Chicken Rosary, Josh, and Lumpy Karma. I don't think Chicken Rosary should be too much of a blockage for Josh. They're probably in a party again, like Singapore. So it'll probably let him through. Josh is only 3 places behind Jim Bob. Anyway, we'll look to tyres. It's a mix, like a mix of everything, really. So the top 2, like I actually thought they would, have gone soft. Actually, the top 3 have all gone soft. So if Watch Client wanted, he could take his mediums to the end. I don't know about is Arsenal still in AI? Don't know what Callum's doing really, but it's a bit dangerous. But I'll message him. Right, I've messaged him. Right, So he's in P5, that might cause a bit of a concern, but as they stand now, Josh is not in the points at the moment. Even if all the penalties in front of him may get a point, at the moment, just from the look of it, no points for him. Jim Bob's 2, so he would close to 3 points behind his teammate. And Sasha, I'm getting used to it now, I'm getting used to it. P2 at the moment, 18 points, would close from 31 to 13 with 3 rounds to go, which is definitely more feasible than 31 with 4. It's been the perfect race so far for Midgeman. A bit annoying that his lead has gone because of the safety car. Chaz did get caught up in that incident with EXFL Jim Bob. So James and Carbro have changed positions there. I don't know what's happened. So even under safety car, they're still having a battle. That's great to see. It should all be AI, to be honest, but they've all caught up. Well, they're just about to, as Ned catches the back of the pack. 3 out of the bottom 4 on the hards, so I don't know how far they'll be able to gain from that. Nathan on the medium, so that should help him. What's his ERS like? 30. He's on 30, even under safety car. Nick, do you think he has that glitch?
I mean, it's still.
Oh, screen freeze. Oh, what is? Right, I'm getting screen. I'm going to look off that on board. Right, safety car's in there. Hopefully no more glitches, but I mean, Carbo and James can switch all they want after the safety car, but Midgeman will now become the safety car. He's got to let it go, and he's got to wait until it heads into the pits. The safety car's ghosted, which is a bit funny. Right, you got to back the pack up. Even when he goes, Josh will probably be, I don't know, 5 seconds behind him at that rate. But has he gone? Not yet. The safety car's still there. Going to ride on board with Sasha, because he's got to get a good reaction. Safety car's in. When will Midgeman go? Is he going to wait until the final corner? He is. He's going to go wide, but Sasha's going to take the lead. Don't know if he's allowed to do that. He has to give it back. He has to give it back, and he's giving it back. Sasha's giving the place back, but he's also lost it to Chaz, so he's going to have to overtake him. What? No threat from Watch Client behind. Jim Bob's lost a position to Gaming Cat, so they're 3 wide up in front. It's chaos with nearly everyone side by side around here. Josh, wheel to wheel, and he gets past Chicken Rosary for P11. But looking further front, they're all over the place. With Arsenal's AI is losing a bunch of time. I think he's out of it. No, he's not. So Jim Bob up to P8. James, yeah.
Lagging everywhere.
Carbo up to 5th.
Oh, go on board with James, please.
Go on board with James. Oh, James.
He's everywhere. Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. I don't know where James has gone. Sasha did say something about alien activity. He's trying the inside of one of the championship leaders of Jim Bob. He really has got that disconnect symbol. I'm really concerned for what will happen to him. His car's lagging everywhere. It's forward in front. Looking further front, Sasha really didn't get the good restart because he's lost it to Chaz, who's right on the back of Midgeman. Looking further off board, the wheel to wheel everywhere. Still, it's Gaming Cat. James, is he back to normal now? The 2 Aston Martin.
It's pushing him off a little bit. It's a good battle in there.
Yep, Smithy versus Carbro down the inside.
Back up the inside. Oh, the switchback.
Very nice, but they're still going wheel to wheel. He's going to keep his front nose in there. Seb penalty.
Don't die.
They're still wheel to wheel, and Smithy just hanging on right on the outside. Carbro's going to keep his nose in there. You're going to force him out wide, but this is brilliant racing as we got Nathan off in the back. Ned off in the back, should I say. That was brilliant racing between Smithy and Carbro. Gaming Cat's getting his nose in there as well. The 2 Aston Martins are now on track together. Sasha's going to be kicking himself a bit because Nathan obviously went wide. Sasha overtook before the start finish line, and he had to give it back, and he also lost the position to Chaz. Gaming Cat's now up to P6. Ned's got a penalty. So hard to keep track of all these penalties and all the people going wheel to wheel, because that's James off, and that's lost the position to Jim Bob. I generally can't stay on board with James because he's got Josh all behind us. So riding on board with Josh now. James still lagging a lot as Ned's got a penalty for crossing the pit lane exit. Right, so DRS should be open next lap. The top guys seem to be spacing themselves out. The top 5 seem to be quite a distance away. Chaz sticking with at the moment. I think Arsenal's still in AI. Yep, yeah, he's probably going to get disqualified. As Jim Bob down the inside of Carbro. Takes all the advantages he has as Gaming Cat down the inside of Smithy. Makes slight contact, but Joe's going to go round the outside now of Carbro. Very nice move from the Aston Martin, who's got no balaclava because he also joined. So weight reduction is immense. As Warren now, I think he's just lost a bunch of positions. Yep, backwards. So that's him in the wall. Ned 2, Nathan and Lumpy battling. DRS is enabled. Sasha's got it back down to 7/10. So the top 3 streaking clear of the rest. Watch climb. P4, Smithy and Gaming Cat now. Lucas is really having a good odd tussle with the grid. He's going to brake later. He's going to go down the inside. And he's going to get P5. Just about. Good move from the Alfa Romeo.
Josh only in P10 at the moment.
Yeah.
The championship leader. He's only got 1 point at the moment. And
well, he hasn't he has got a penalty. I didn't even see that.
At this point, will Jim Bob overtake? I'm not sure. Will they be level maybe?
5 points between them. So Jim Bob at the moment, I think, will be ahead. But Jim Bob, as we had a very nice helicopter shot there. Jim Bob is on the back of Smithy. He's literally right behind him. It's Josh now wheel to wheel with Carbro for P9. It's a 3-car battle. Carbro doesn't have ERS, so Josh should be in the slipstream of him. He's going to pull out. Is this a double overtake from the championship leader? He's going to have to. He's hit Carbro nearly into James. He's going to have to brake on the. He's going to have to brake later on those mediums, and he has done it. Double overtake from the championship leader. Crucial overtake. P8 for him as Carbro's sending it from nowhere, and that's Luckily he doesn't spin fully, but that was never going to work in a month of Sundays. As Josh is up to P8. Jim Bob P6, the Aston Martin charge. Seb's still down in P12. This would have been a huge opportunity for Ferrari to beat Aston Martin. But Chaz obviously has those 6 seconds. Sasha will be P2 at the moment. He's going to... If I was Sasha, I would let Chaz just battle Nathan, put him under pressure, give him a penalty so he could win. But obviously he wants to push as hard as he can. Can you see anything else going on, Nick?
No, but I've not even realised that we've gone from... the first 3 laps of the race and Midtman getting a massive gap, and he's not been able to pull away at the moment.
He has not.
So all of a sudden, that battling from Chaz and Sasha lap 1, Chaz looking up the inside a little bit there. So that battling on lap 1 gave Midtman.
I mean, they're really depleting their ERS. Chaz has got barely anything to play with, as Sasha's got much more. Chaz has spun. He's lost the rear.
Chaz has spun.
Yeah. Nathan penalty right at the back, I think. Jim Bob's up to P5. He sends it on Lucas, who can't get the switchback done. Good move from Jim Bob, as there's Chaz. 4th second in the championship. It's P4 now. What a charge from Jim Bob after being spun by Chaz. He's now ahead of him. Is Chaz going to look to the inside, though? Is he not taking any prisoners today? He's going to look for it. Jim Bob's going to try the switchback.
What a move and what a switchback.
Josh up to P7. He forces Smithy off. And yep, Chaz. Oh, Chaz loses the rear. Jim Bob round the outside. He's got to play it cautiously. Yep. And I think for now, he'll have to wait. Josh up to P7 as Lucas loses the rear. Josh is closing in. Sasha now is right behind Nathan. Chaz is struggling. Jim Bob's going to have to be careful.
Chaz gave
here.
it a little bit of a break, I think, maybe. Or just didn't really have the power out of the sort of stadium section there, but nothing too much. I mean, a good recovery from Chaz from the spin and then to get straight back into it.
Well, Chaz spun. Joe spun. And now they're battling once again.
Chaz leaves the door open, although he wasn't really alongside. Around the outside. Yeah.
I don't want flashbacks here to someone shutting the door. But Joe, that's a warning. Yeah, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
That's his first penalty. Sasha's got a penalty, I just realised. So they've all got penalties. The top 3 in the championship all got 3 seconds. Nathan and Chicken Rosary now are the... Look at that. Look at the penalties.
We've got Ned on 19, Nathan 12, Carbro 12.
And James is sticking with
15.
Josh. He's not done with him. As Nathan's out. He's retired in the pit lane. So hopefully...
nice and
Nathan!
Safe and
Here we go, battle for the lead. Red Bull versus Ferrari. We've seen that this year. Jim, the Aston Martin. What about Josh? He's battling away with James. James trying to regain the place on the soft compound tyre. Josh on those mediums, struggling for pace. Josh is going to hang it around the outside. James stays ahead for now. And he's just going to have to stay behind. This is really not helping the championship leader one bit because...
Warren spun!
Warren, oh no.
They were having a... Ned and Warren, but they were going side by side. They were having a great battle into turn 1.
Halfway into the race, we've lost 2 drivers. Not too bad, but yeah, I'm guessing Ned hit Warren.
No, he didn't. Warren just put way too much steering lock into the Essie. Like, he was flying through, and then he went a little bit wide and tried to swing it back round, but the car didn't live with it.
Right, all the Sasha fans reeling on as Nathan has made a mistake as soon as I say that.
I wonder if that was a warning.
Yeah, he's all over the back of Midgeman and heading into the straight. Surely he'll get him this time. But
it wasn't.
Can you just check how many warnings Nathan has, please?
Midgeman. Yeah, so he's got 2. One was, they were both on lap 1, so he's got 1 for definite. And let's see if we can find the other one.
Arsenal out.
Yeah, he's on 2 warnings, both from lap 1. So
right, okay, right. So Arsenal out of AI, luckily. Right, Sasha's literally depleted all his VRS. So has Nathan.
They're both of they are.
So Sasha goes down the inside. Nathan will try the switchback. Sasha,
he's got the outside line.
Who said he needed to win today, has got into the lead of the race. Jim Bob is up to 3rd. But he's battling with Watch Klein, but he has the inside line, and it's P3 for the Aston Martin. James up to P7. Josh up to P7 ahead of James. All the 3 in the championship, proving why they're worth it. They're making the moves. Sasha P1. He's done what he said he needed to do, and now he needs to get that 3-second gap. Josh is still battling with James. This is really not helping the championship leaders race. Sasha now needs to get a 3-second gap.
Chaz off a little bit, huh?
Where? Oh, he's battling. Oh, he's got Watch Climb, I think. Have they? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Chaz is not done with Jim Bob. As Smithy's coming into the pits. We got a yellow. Warren's out. Is that Oh, they both crashed.
Of them.
Yeah, that is a safety car. They
and
both crashed.
Mediums, I think.
Yeah. Let's switch it to
maybe
the tyres.
softs. I'm not sure if softs can do 13 laps.
Warren and Ned have both crashed. We've seen an on-track... Well, we haven't seen it, but they've both crashed together. I'm riding more with Sasha because we'll see the 2 cars. I think one of them's just disappeared. I think Ned's... Yeah. So they've both come together and crashed into the wall. So we've actually seen 2 cars crash together out of the race. So this will help Midgeman and Chicken Rosary. Damn.
I think one's come across the other, I think.
I still
They've been
believe...
going side by side and one's gone left or
yeah,
right.
maybe. But they've both taken themselves out. So then there were 13 laps to go. I still believe if Nathan gets a penalty, Jim Bob can still win this race. As for Josh, I'm not sure yet.
With this safety car now, obviously bringing everyone together, there's only 2 people on the grid right now that don't have a pen. Chicken Rosary in P9.
Yep.
At this save, if there was a red flag, magically, obviously it won't happen.
Can you check how many warnings he's on?
But Chicken Rosary?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just going to plug my headset in because it just said my battery's low, so hopefully it'll last.
He's got 3 warnings, so obviously one of them at least will be
right, there we go.
A collision. And we've got Sash going into the pits, I believe.
Yep, my headset is charging. It looks like no issues there, so we can enjoy the last 12 laps without any issues with my mic. Right, Sasha, it's the mediums. What about Midgeman? It's coming out now, and Sasha should be ahead of him. Yes, he is. Right, is anyone staying out? Looks like, is that Chicken Rosary? I can't get him because everyone's... It is Chicken Rosary on the mediums. He's up to P3. Does he think he can win this race? Because, hang on. Yeah, all the top 10 are on mediums. Lenny's on the softs. Well, yeah, I think he's going to pit for mediums as well, but Arsenal on the softs. He might also pit, but everyone's chosen the mediums then to go to the end, like you said, Nick. But,
yeah.
Everyone's on 0 laps, but Chicken Rosary, 8 plus 12, 20. I don't know if his tyres are going to be liking that. 20 laps. So he put those tyres on lap 8 when there was the first safety car, obviously.
Wait, so...
Wait, what?
Wait, did he start on those tyres?
No, he pitted on lap 8 for the mediums because he started on the softs. He put them on lap 8 and he's going to, I'm guessing, go to the end. I mean, obviously his tyres will be... more worn, so he could try and have a go at Nathan, because if he overtakes Nathan, then that's track position. And if Chicken Rosary
He's got
battles,
nothing to lose.
if he battles with Nathan, that allows Sasha to get a bit of a gap.
So he's on 2 warnings, maybe.
I think so. It's
There's a
going to be
lot
close.
of warnings to look through. There's one on
You can just
lap
press on the
1,
singular driver, can't you? Or does that
but
mean
it
we don't
doesn't
know if
tell
it's
me
collision?
It just
yeah.
yeah. So the first one was collision. Let's just have a look. What lap I'm supposed to look at?
Chaz down
Lap
to
4.
P7. Chaz has lost out there. P7 as he almost runs into the back of Gaming Cat. Chaz has lost out there because Jim Bob's still in P4. Josh down in P9. So we know everyone's on the mediums, apart from Arsenal, who's on the softs.
Right. So Chicken is on 2 warnings.
Right. Okay. I don't know if Arsenal can take those softs to the end, but we'll see. He will obviously have a bit more pace than maybe Lenny, and Sev's still in P12. So at the moment, Sasha 25 points, Jim Bob 12, and Josh 2, 16. So at the moment the championship is not going to be won by Aston Martin today, but you never know. I mean, all the penalties could change all that. Right, I'm finding it so funny looking at Gaming Cat without a helmet. Just got a balaclava on. Same with Jim Bob, really. Right, so lap 17, we'll have about 10 laps of running. In this United States Grand Prix, it's hotting up. The crowd on their feet, in the field. And we've got a massive packed grandstand in the background. They're all here, and I'm guessing whether you're a Jim Bob fan, a Sasha fan, or a Josh fan, you've got to admit this race has been very changing in the championship because they're all in the opposite order, so it's going to make the gap of 31 points close ever more with 3 rounds remaining. Sasha said he has to win today, not only to get himself, because if he wins, no matter what, he will be within a win of the top leader, because there's no way he can lead the championship after today. But he needs to win just for his championship bid. 31 points to claw in 4 races would be quite the task, but if anyone can do it, I'm sure it can be him. Number 21.
Jim Bob will be taking the championship lead, won't he, at the moment?
At the moment, yes, because it's P4 and Josh is P9. But
Yeah.
have we taken into account penalties? Oh,
Our
Josh.
Gotta
be careful.
Nearly coming together.
But they're all on the same
Wait.
tyre. What?
Josh has got. Oh no, don't worry, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, calm
Carver's
down.
got 12
Yeah,
seconds.
I was going to say, calm down.
I was
Don't
like,
give me a heart attack.
hold on a minute.
Right, so at the moment, Josh would be... I don't see why Josh can't be P5 by the end of this. Especially if we have another safety car. I think Josh maybe hopes for another safety car, so there's less time. Obviously, last season, big battle between Josh, Sasha and myself. Obviously, I got mugged because I was on old tyres compared to their new softs. But everyone is on the same tyre, besides Arsenal. The top 13 are all on the same tyre. So we're going to see who has the pace today around the US and who doesn't. Who's got the most grip, determination and speed to win this race. At the moment, it's looking like Midgeman. And the turns have tabled as Carver's got a 3-second during the safety car. Well done. Right, so it's the opposite this time. Sasha leads the safety car restart ahead of Nathan. Instead of Nathan has Sasha. Will Sasha go wide at the last corner? We're going to ride on board with second place, just like we did 9 laps ago. So let's take the Ferrari's take on it. Has Sasha gone? Yes, he has. He's caught Nathan a bit napping. Gets the a tighter exit. He's going to pull off to the left and then head back to the right on the racing line. Nathan's using everything he can, but he's going to have to stay behind for now. 2 tenths further is Jim Bob behind Chicken Rosary. He's hit the back of Chicken Rosary, but he's going to hopefully get away from that unscathed. Looking further back, Gaming Cat on the back of Watch Client. He loses the rear! Gaming Cat in the wall. That's going to help Josh, as Gaming Cat has just put the power on too early, and that's all his hard work come undone. Chaz, another penalty. He's struggling more. Watch Client is all out of shape. P5 for him, but Chaz is all over the back. Chicken Rosary has got a 6/10 gap ahead of Jim Bob. He's managed to pull away a bit. Josh still behind James. I'm sure that's really annoying him, but Midgeman, this is the battle now we need to focus on. No DRS until lap 20 as Chaz has got past Watch Client. Just about.
They want to be careful that they don't use all their ERS.
Indeed, they're already down to 69% as Nathan is depleting it. So is Sasha, down to 52, jeez. Right, so what about EXFL Jim around the outside of Chicken Rosary? He's going to keep his nose in there. Josh has got past James. The Aston Martin's on the move. Down the inside. goes Joe. They're still wheel to wheel as Chicken Rosie's going to send him once again. And he's going to hope for the switchback. Can't quite do it as Jim Bob's off the track.
Midgeman!
As Chicken Rosary.
Penalty.
Yeah, Midgeman, 3 seconds. Like you said, Nick, Chicken Rosary lost the rear. And Jim Bob's now into P3. As Josh gets ahead of James for P7. He's now got Watch Client.
The crucial part about this, though, is that all this battling between Jim Bob and Chicken Rosary has lost them the DRS when it comes out.
Yeah,
which
Jim
could
Bob.
be crucial for the race lead.
Gogo Ham versus Arsenal, and Seb is also in the mix in P11. But looking further front, Chaz is right on Chicken Rosary, and he's forcing him off the track there. And he's barely going to give the AlphaTauri space, but he's going to leave him enough. Just about. He loses the rear.
Oh.
And that's one more position for Josh. So Josh has literally only overtaken he's got past 2 because of spins, and he's got past James legitimately. So that's Chicken Rosary down. I knew that was going to happen because that corner, if you lose the rear, even on your own, you are in for a spin as another penalty for James. 18 seconds now.
Like how
Looking
Matt
further.
put in chat that Chicken is in such good position.
Well, right.
5 seconds before.
DRS will be allowed next lap. Sasha's trying to break the toe. I don't think Nathan's close enough just yet, but he might send it. If he's close enough, 1/10. He's going to send it on one of the championship leaders. Sasha's going to try the switchback, but he's not quite in the right position, but he's going to try once again a switchback here around the outside on Nathan. Can't quite make it work, but he's going to try and keep his nose in there. Right, so looking further back, Chicken Rosary on the move once again. He's going to try and get past Lumbikama. He's lost the rear again. Those tyres not up to temperature, even on surface only. So Sasha has lost the lead. And this is for position now, may I add, because everyone has a penalty apart from Chicken Rosary. So if there's another safety car, that might save him. But the top 3 are now genuinely battling for the win. And Josh is there too, so Jazz and Watch Client will probably finish behind him at this rate. Yeah, 8 laps to go. Sasha said he wanted the win. I'm going to say it countless times because it is what he needs to get back in this. Yeah, Warren, I'll look at it later. You don't have to message me now. Right, Lenny, off the track. Can you see anything else going on, Nick? Like, what can you see going on right now?
Let's have a look. We've got Josh right on the back of Watch Client.
Yep, I'm watching that too. As he lets.
Oh,
they're both trying to get the DRS.
For the DRS.
No, yeah.
The games.
Yeah, Sasha's got the DRS. I was going to say he's a bit further behind than Nathan was, but because of that DRS, it's going to allow him to blast past the Red Bull, and Sasha's back up into the lead. We're going to see this changing quite a lot.
Back into Watch Client. Josh out of DRS, but look at Watch Client.
He's going to send it.
Send.
If he can make that work.
It's a beautiful move. But Watch Client coming back at him.
No, he hasn't. They're still banging wheels. But he's made it work. Just about. No, he hasn't. That's a penalty.
Not really much.
No, he's not. He's not going to make that work.
At the same time.
What a send! What a move from the championship leader. He's got himself in a P5. Next up is the one we've been waiting for. Jazz versus Josh. But he's got 3 seconds to make up if he wants to get close to Chaz. He's got Watch Client and James right behind him still. Watch Client is losing a bit of time. Looking further forward, Sasha stays P1 for now. 7 laps to go. Is it going to be a party in the USA for either Sasha or Aston Martin? But at the moment, 15, 12, 27. Yeah, at the moment, it looks like the championship is going to go to Aston Martin because Ferrari are going to fail to outscore Aston Martin by 3 points unless Seb gains a lot from it. And he could still gain from Watch Client, James and
could
Harbro.
Get from penalties.
Yeah, so we'll have to see after. Whoever's the winner, we'll have to see if Aston Martin have done it after that. And I'm sure it won't. But as Chicken Rosy does complete it, he gets a penalty now. Everyone has a penalty. And the fight for the win is truly on. As here comes Nathan. Once again, wheel to wheel with Sasha. Sasha's going to try the switchback. Nathan loses the rear. Watch Client has now got ahead of Josh again. So I'm having to switch back and forth. Sasha has lost the lead. As Josh has lost P5, but Sasha's going to send it. He's taking those risks. Nathan backs out. Good send from the third in the championship. These are great moves.
As it stands, just on the calculations, with Aston Martin, with Josh just losing that position.
He'll be P4, won't he?
Well, obviously yes with pens. I've not really looked at that at the moment, but
Yeah.
no, it's equal on points at the moment. If you eliminated all the pens,
Oh my
it would
gosh,
be equal
yes.
on points.
Wait, would it? Because Jim Bob's got 15 and Josh would be getting
No, I'm just
12
saying,
at
like
this rate.
without penalties, you got Sasha 25, and then you've got Seb in
Well,
P10, so that'd be 26, and then
we'll have to
with
see.
the Aston Martin boys, it's 23. So would be equal, but as you said earlier on
But
in the
obviously,
stream, that pens decide.
it can all change.
races.
We don't know who's going to get a second penalty out of Sasha, Jim Bob, and Josh, but he could blow everything wide open once again. At the moment, they're all on 3, which is the minimum. Oh, and he's made it very far into the race at least, which is what a less thing could be said recently. But he's still in P10. We don't know if we're going to have another safety car. We've still got enough laps to have another safety car. As we're looking further forward, because I was distracted by Chaz spinning, Midgeman once again, they're swapping positions. What about Josh? Is he far enough back? Is he going to send it once again? He's going to send it once again! Down the inside! The championship leader! Watch Klein hasn't really positioned his car brilliantly, but he's going to still be wheel to wheel with Josh, but Josh has the better line, and he's got it! Another brilliant send from the championship leader. Watch Klein can't replicate that, and he's going to have to stay behind on his 12 seconds of penalties, but that was surely a warning for Josh. We got a yellow further in the back. That was a massive crash.
Chicken Rosary out if it's safety car. Maybe.
That's it is
safety
a safety car.
And Midgeman is in the pits. He made the call last minute.
Jim Bob's
Jim Bob
crashed!
in the wall. Oh my god.
Oh, that's going to hold Josh up as well.
These are scenes.
I literally said
Step
it could all
up to
change.
P8.
Wait, is Sasha pitted? Sasha stayed out.
No.
Has he?
Midgeman
No,
had
he
to
hasn't.
basically
No, he did stay out.
Midgeman had to like cut the pit entry a little bit. It wasn't by much.
Scenes! Aston Martin! Scenes! Chicken
Josh
Rosary
is
crashed
going to
it.
be fuming. Josh.
No, but Nick, Chicken Rosary crashed, and I don't know if that was to benefit Josh, but this really hasn't benefited Josh. Out of the 14 runners, Josh is P13.
And out of the points.
Yep. Well, Midgeman on the softs. Sasha did not pit. Oh, wow. Midgeman on the softs. Yep. So
Only 6 lap old mediums though. They will not be too bad.
Yeah, they won't be too bad. P7
But
to
Midgeman-
P13 softs.
Midgeman's only
Cat's
lost
still
a
on the
couple
mediums.
positions there.
Yeah.
Still in P4, so
He was leading, wasn't he? Or was
Yeah.
it P2? He was.
yeah, it was
So like
leading,
I
so
said,
still up for grabs.
like I said, we have enough laps for a safety car, a classic end of race safety car, and I do not know what happened. I saw Chicken Rosary go off right where his teammate is going through now. I saw him off the track, like, I don't know if he straight lined to cause that safety car, because I don't think anyone was near him.
he was
Maybe
a long
he
way
was
off
fed
the
up.
track.
Yeah, maybe he was fed up, but if that was to help Josh, even after saying he wasn't going to help Josh, I really have no idea, but it really has
Got
not
the
actually
two-
helped Josh, because he's P13.
Two Alpines here. Two
Alpines.
Alpines in P5
Ooh.
and P6.
Lenny is
Although
P5.
they've both got pens, but
Yeah,
Lenny, like, absolute goat.
they both got the same amount of pens, but Lenny P5, Lumpy Karma P6, Jim Bob's going to have to get past them both. So is
I
Josh.
think they still might get points here. I'm not sure, because you've still got 12
1,
seconds for Game
2,
Cat. You've
3.
still got
Yeah, they will.
Arsenal.
They will. Well, depends if Gaming Cat.
Scenes. Depends if
Right.
they don't get any more pens.
I'm just going to send... Nick, check your DMs real quick.
Yep.
Alright. Oh god. Was that? Yeah, Chicken Rosary is annoyed, so I'm guessing he did do that on purpose. Don't know if it was to help Josh, or just for his own sake of decision. Josh is annoyed. Wait, what's going on there? Joe said he straight lined. Right. That's enough of the phone. Right. 5 laps left. We'll probably get about 4 laps of racing. Because everyone's caught up. Sasha. It looks good for him at the moment, I'd say. Because if Watch Client and Smithy hold Nathan up, it's going to be close. 4 laps Nathan has to get past Smithy, to get past Watch Client, and get past Sasha. So Sasha can take it easy a bit, because obviously if he pushes he might get another penalty which would just gift Nathan the win. Jim Bob, at the moment, on for P4. Jazz and Carbro, I think. Right, Josh will obviously gain a heap of positions even if he doesn't overtake the guys in front. But he's got to make up as much ground as he can. The top 3, the opposite way around, 31 points cover them. It's going to be less than that, I'm sure of it. Nothing stopping Sasha this time. Got his first win in Britain. I think that was round 9 at the halfway stage of the World Championship. 1 win for him when it was 3 wins for his 2 rivals. Is this the start of his comeback arc for Sasha McMillan? Because he's now led the safety car restart and he's got it done decently as Midgeman's already got past Smithy. So that's already 1 done. And the championship tensions rise as Jim Bob also on the move. Ahead of Lumpy Karma. Oh no. Smithy. Right, so that's helped
just going
Josh
into the side,
and Jim Bob. I really don't know who to
front
look at.
of-
As Jim Bob has cleared both Alpines. That is crucial. That is great from Jim Bob. P4 on the softs as well. So, what about... Oh, we got Lumpy Karma dropping down. Yeah. Josh is up to P10. I really don't know
Seb
who
is
to
up
look
there
at.
now.
Seb is up, yeah. Right, Seb is up there. Right, here's Midgeman.
Jim Bob
Clyde.
pen.
Jim Bob another pen. Yep. Right. So Midgeman has got ahead of Watch Client already. Jim Bob is now trying to get past Watch Client. He's lost so many positions. Jim Bob could still win this race. So, is Jim Bob... Oh my god, he's gaining on Nathan. He's really gaining on Nathan. And we thought Nathan was going to battle. We're going to see 2 of the championship contenders battle. Round the outside goes Joe. He's not going to try and get it. Nathan cut the corner, but I think it's allowed. He's going to have to try again. Sasha, that smile that he had is starting to slowly fade away as Josh is up to P8. He's now going to have to battle Chaz. So that the battles that we've been predicting, we haven't seen yet. We've seen Sasha v Josh. We've seen Joe v Josh. We have not seen Sasha v Joe yet. But Midgeman is the one in between that. We've seen Chaz v Josh before. As Chaz has nearly spun Seb. Good catch from Seb there. We need to look at the front.
It's all good.
Yeah, P9 for him, I think. Right, the top 3 evening it out. Jazz on the back of Lenny, who's still in P5. He's going to switch to the inside now. Brake later, riding on board on the POV of Seb. He gets it. Oh no! Jazz has pushed Lenny off a bit. This is allowing Seb, and this is holding up Josh. No, Josh through there. Okay, good move as Seb lets him go. The Aston Martin versus
Lenny
the
off.
Ferrari. Yep, Lenny off. As hopefully he shouldn't get in Josh's way. Switch back and switch back again as Lenny is behind Josh. So that's P6 for him. Looking further front, 1/10 now. But between them, no DRS. 3 laps remaining. Sasha needs the win. Joe actually, I should have remembered, he has 6 seconds. So what about Joe? Because Joe is gaining more on Midgeman. The Midgeman is on Sasha. So Joe switches to the inside now. He's a racer, he'll go for it, but he's going to go around the outside, and he has to stay behind. The top 3 keeping as they were. This is tense, as the next lap, I think, will be when DRS is deployed. Josh, at the moment, looking, I think, for P4, but he could still beat his teammate. You never know, on 3 seconds, but he'll gain a heap. Look at, Nick, look at P8 to P14. Look at the penalties.
Oh,
Oh my,
this is
oh
just
my
the
lord.
levels of EXFL. Tier 2
Levels
at
of
the
tier 2. But when it's at the front, it really is intense, and it really is boiling down to a brilliant conclusion for the United States Grand Prix. Look at how close the top 3 is. And now we have DRS. No, we don't. Now we have at least Slipstream. But Midgeman's really not gaining on Sasha. He goes defensive, and Joe's ghosted in him, but he's going to go down the inside now of the Red Bull. He's got 3 seconds. He forces Midgeman wide, and is Joe actually helping Sasha a bit here because he's got past Midgeman. Joe, who doesn't really... Oh, that's another warning. He's really catching
Oh,
Sasha.
Sasha.
Sasha does not really need to fight him here because he's not going to lose 3 seconds to Joe. Midgeman!
Sasha's going very
Midgeman!
slowly.
Sasha's going to get the win! If he can...
This
He
is
does
what
not...
Sasha needs.
He can let them through, and this will surely be the win. We got 1.5 laps left. Sasha does not need to battle that hard with these two because he can let them go through and he'll still be in the winning position. But as for Midgeman, he's still battling with Joe for position. He's going to go to the inside now. Who's going to break later? Sasha's going to stay out in front. But Joe's... Oh, there we go. Joe is back down to P3. What about Josh? He's staying behind Chaz.
Josh, yeah, I just had a look at his warnings. He's got 1 warning after
Lenny.
the penalty. I'm not sure if it's exceeded track limits, but
Yeah.
there's still a bit in a lap to go, so
Yep.
never know.
So-
Josh might
Yep.
unfortunately pick up some warnings.
Yep, sorry to put in there, but Lenny and Arsenal battling. This is quite good, even if it might not be for P8. Lenny, they're really exploring parts of the track we haven't even seen. But back further at the front, watch Clienton, Chaz now up to 4th. Josh now down the inside for 5th. We start the final lap. Sasha, who really doesn't need to push and fight against these two, is still putting up a championship-worthy defence on the slower tyre. Now you know how it feels because Midgeman has forced Sasha off, but he's got the lead. Joe is right behind him now. The 2 championship contenders. No! Sasha! Oh my God! 27 laps worth of work for the win. Joe has hit the back. That is a big title moment. And if we thought Sasha v Josh was tense, we wanted to see Joe v Sasha. Oh, I don't want to see it anymore. Sasha.
Eerie. Oh my God.
Oh no. Is Josh going to win this? Let me change it to leader. Josh could win this. Josh could actually win this.
He
He's
can.
2.6. But Chaz stands between him and the victory. Not quite close enough. But Jim Bob and Midgeman are still battling.
There's
One of these...
absolute eerie on stream. I'm sorry to butt in, but
Yeah,
I am
that's
laughing my
fine.
head off.
We've got 1 sector left, less than that now. We've got about 500 metres to the finish
Josh,
line.
2.8.
It
Josh
is
off the track a little
Lando.
bit.
It is scenario 7. Last lap.
3
3.003. Here we go. Nathan
Chaz,
will win it on
2.9.
track. Josh gets ahead of Chaz. Chaz is going to
Around
stick
the
it in.
outside.
He spins it.
Chaz spun.
Midgeman crosses the line. He's going to win on track. Jim Bob will be behind him no matter what. Is it the win? 2.9. Josh, he wins by 13,000.
13,000 of a second.
He spun Chaz. I don't know if that's going to be investigated. But Aston Martin surely are Constructors Champions for Tier 2 Season 4 in the most harem-square way possible. They haven't made it easy for themselves, have they? But Aston Martin, I don't think, no matter what happens after, are the Constructors Championship winners. Josh has won by probably the smallest margin we have ever seen in EXFL Tier 2. It is utter heartbreak and despair for Sasha McMillan. Sasha McMillan in P7 came home with no front wing. He did it all correctly. He had the win. And he only had about 1 minute until he was going to be the winner. Joe hit him off right here.
For 1 more lap. I'm pretty sure he had no more. But that inside line just was too much for him. Too much for the car. And obviously, I believe... did he stay? Yeah, he stayed out, obviously. So old tyres, maybe that wear just really kicked in towards the end. And...
Yeah. I'm really not sure Josh may keep this win because we saw him spin Chaz at the second last corner. I don't know how he even got Chaz, but if he does get a penalty, then that means maybe Nathan will get the win, which helps Sasha a bit because that's 7 points Josh will lose. Maybe even more because Jim Bob was so close behind. What a race! Fastest lap also goes to Midgeman. 13,000. And if Josh doesn't somehow get a penalty, and if he actually does win this race, what a comeback it has been from the Aston Martin driver. And if that does crown his championship winning race, wow, what a race. What a memorable USA Grand Prix. What an event. So much hype came up to this race, more than I've ever seen for an EXFL Tier 2 race. Everyone was comparing lap times and asking to do practice sessions, and it has not failed to disappoint. What a race. What controversy. What agony, heartbreak on one half if you're supporting Ferrari. What utter jubilation through Aston Martin. But we don't know how it's going to end after, but the stewards will surely answer.
I'm
scared to check the
sat
chat.
here.
Yeah.
Like, the thing, I've really just, like, not in a bad way, but I've been laughing my head off that last lap because I've got a stream next to me, and I
screamed, yeah.
Me
always
sounding
happens.
like a 4-year-old screaming.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
I'm sorry for anyone that's got headphones, because really that...
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the 5-lapper chat. I'm seeing the reactions. Come on, Joseph. Sasha Clear. I have Lumpy Karma in front of me. Help. Bro, what the hell? No, that's a disqualification. Surely. No, Joe. Why? Me, Clark, if I just E-rating call. Oh my god. Oh my god, Joe. Why? Nick's put a Sasha with a nearly crying face emoji. So Lenny thinks he was robbed. Joseph, bad boy. Josh only won because he spun me last corner. Yeah, Chaz is annoyed. It's all happening. I don't really think we'll do interviews today because we don't know who's going to win. But the results will be out soon. What a race. You looking forward to Abu Dhabi now, Nick?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
My voice is going. I might not be like...
Ready, prepared.
Yeah, I mean...
It's boiled higher than we ever thought it
would. Is
Abu
Dhabi the next race?
It is.
Is that the first race that Josh can...
No. I think Japan will be the first race where the title can be won. But I'm thinking, and I'm sure on this, the Constructors' Championship is wrapped up. Aston have won it. And if not, somehow, I'm sure they will win it, obviously, eventually. But, yep, that's been the USA Grand Prix. We thought tensions were rising and we thought controversy had hit its limit. It has exploded after today. We know America and Netflix try to spice everything up. You just need to watch Tier 2 and the drama is there. You don't need to even add anything. But that has been me, F1 Union, and MVR Nico here for EXFL Tier 2 USA Grand Prix Round 15, Race 180. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the Tier 1 USA Grand Prix that should hopefully be commentated by, I think, rather Chaz or Josh or one of them. But yeah, for now, it's goodbye.